Okay, next up is going to be type conversions. So knowing that there's different types of objects in JavaScript, how can we convert between them? For that one, what we can do is let's set up a variable, let's result. And I'm going to leave this undefined because we're going to define it in a second here. And the reason here is I'm just going to do console.log result. And what that's going to do is it's going to just log to the console the information as we go, so we just don't have to keep on writing console log statements. So the first one we're going to take a look at is number to string. And for this one, let's just do result. We can redefine that variable result here. Result equals, we could do a capital string. Let's give it a number, 555. And we see it's 555. All right, well, how do we know what type that is? So we can do what's called type of. And we put that before our variable name. And it tells us what it is. So here, this is a number, right? So if I could show you, number equals 555, okay? And let's console log type of number. So, okay, so here the green is telling us that it's highlighted. It's telling us that this is a number type. And I just assigned it a variable number. Actually, I wasn't doing my proper JavaScript. Let number equals 555. And here we see a type of number is a number. Yet if we take that same green 555 and put it into this string converter, it's going to convert it to a string, which simply means to text. Okay, so number to string to text. Okay. All right. So the next thing we can do is we can take a Boolean type. And we can do the same thing. Let's get rid of this for right now. Actually, you know what I can do? I can do result equals string. Yeah, all right. So we can just do type of, there we go. So we can just do result equals string true. True meaning one of the Booleans, either true or false. And let's get rid of this console log statement. Okay. So here we see string true type of result, and actually we could just do a comma and do result. There we go. So we see that the result is true and that this is a string. Okay, let's move on. We can convert a. There are things that we can do, like we can do math to string. So similar to above with numbering, we can do result equals string, and we can do a bit of math inside there. We can do 4 plus 4, okay? And we see the result is 8, and we automatically convert that to a string, okay? Kind of handy. All right, what if we wanted to do, let's see, we'll do, capitalize this up here so you can see it. Okay. What if we wanted to do a string to a number, let's say? Okay, we can do result equals, we use the keyword number, and we give it a string. So let's give it the number 5. We'll put it in quotes, so it's not an actual like number. The computer can't do math to this. Okay, but we can do result of that. And we see that it is a number version of 5. It basically got rid of the quotes and made it green like we see above. Okay. We can do other things too. We can. Well, what happens if we do result equals number true? What does that give us? All right. So interesting. This gives us 1. Let's do result equals number false. What do you think this is going to give us? 1 or a 0. So when we actually, it's going to be coming handy later on when we do comparisons, that we can actually take a look and see, okay, true in JavaScript is the equivalent of like a 1, and false is a 0. You'll see this in a couple of different languages. They'll do this as well too. They'll make those a numeric value. Okay, what about result equals number? Hello, what happens when we do that? All right, we get the nan. All right, I'll put a little comment here. Nan. Nan equals not a number. So it's saying it cannot convert that because it's not in fact a number. It is not. Okay. So what else can we do? We can actually go and there's a couple different ways to do this, and I'll walk you through it when it comes up. But we can do what's called parse the value, and what that means is there's a third type. Well, it's not a third, but another type of number that can be stored called a float, and a float is just a decimal point. Okay, and so if we want to do, say we have a value like that, okay, and maybe this is being stored as a string. Maybe there's like a temperature, okay, and say we want to get just the integer out of it. What we can do is we can do something called parse int, and we put that inside of it. And what we can then do is we see number, so it's a type of number, and it will give us 100. So it'll strip out the 0.30, it'll get rid of the decimal point. And this is not like necessarily a rounding, because it's not rounding down to 100. What it's doing is just basically grabbing the integer that's out of there. You could round it and do it like that. There is a function in JavaScript to do that, but this is not how we're doing it here. We're just basically just shaving off this. It's the same thing as like deleting it and giving us that result. Can we do the opposite? Can we grab the decimal point out of this? Yes, we can. We can do result equals parse float, which is a decimal point. We can do the same thing, 100.30. And for console log it, okay, what is actually happening here is it's actually just getting the entire thing because it is a float, okay? So what we're seeing here is actually it's not actually stripping this away. I misspoke. What it's actually doing is just stripping away the quotations around it and returning a number version of it as 0.3. So here we do parse int. It's grabbing the integer version of this by shaving off after 0.3. Parse float will return the entire float as a number type. Okay. So we'll see these if we're dealing with user input. The person types in their age or their birth date or a bank number amount. Anytime that you have user entering data, that data is always going to be a string. So it's helpful to be able to go in there and grab what you need to out of that and convert it. Okay, so why would you need to convert it? Why convert? So let's do something like, and actually we'll move this on down. Okay. Let's say we had result equals, let's see, 30. We'll just do something easy. We'll do 5 plus 5, right? Some simple math. Okay. Returns number 10. Okay. If a person enters data, what it will come in as result equals 5. And if you want to add 5 to that, okay, let's see what happens. So result equals plus 5 with the quotes 5 and then the plus 5. Okay. Okay. And what we get as a result when we add a string type to a math type, to a number type, is we get string 55. Last time I checked, 5 plus 5 does not equal 55. But in computer world, it does. Because what it's doing is it's not taking 5 and 5 and adding them. What it's just simply doing is just pushing them next to each other. So it says, okay, you want 55 plus 5. Okay, 5, 5. There you go. So in this case, we have to be careful that the type that we're using is the type that we want. Otherwise, we're going to have some really funky numbers when we go to print this result. Okay. So why convert? User input is string type. Need to convert to do math. Okay. All right, so we covered type conversions from string to text, number to string, and why we convert. And in the next couple of videos, we'll take a look at what we can do more specifically two strings to work with them, not just converting them, but actually doing things to them.